Hello and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 22nd of June for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you'd subscribe. Please tap or click on the bell notification symbol. You can also chat with me direct now on Twitter at Horoscope Ace, or join Elisa and I for our daily astrology and tarot show, which is proving great fun, really popular, and you can grab your free daily horoscope every day by seeing the playlist beneath this video. So as we begin this week, we're still rocking from quite an epic solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer. And that's going to provide a backdrop of energy for the next 6 months. It's all about how we feel. It's about security. It's about family. It's about where we live, how we live there, and with who. But on Monday and Tuesday of this week, Saturn, the planet of structure, does continue to forge a pinch point with the energy of the Sun. So as much as we may want to just look at things in a very, very personal way when it comes to our senses, our environment, what Saturn's asking us to do is stay more mindful of the bigger picture and the impact that's affecting us all, whether it's through COVID, whether it's the financial situation, or whether it's changes going on within society in a wider sense. Now on Tuesday, Neptune, the planet of dreams, which has been causing a lot of mischief recently, goes into a retrograde, which is going to last till the 29th of November. In the sign of Pisces, where it kind of influences, it just means, I feel, that if you have been finding that things have felt hazy or a bit confused, or you don't know what sources of information to trust, I think what Neptune's asking us to do in this inversion is to look inwards for the answers, not necessarily outwards. It's about listening to our dreams. It's about tuning into our personal visions rather than being so concerned by the messages that are coming from anyone else. Now, we are going to see on Thursday Venus go direct. Now that's a very welcome change, but it's not going to come out of shadow until the 28th of July. It continues in the sign of Gemini, and actually in the first half of this week forges a delightful link with the Sun. So if we can communicate how we feel to those that we really care about, particularly those immediately around us or who we have connections with every day, that's going to be a lovely way to surf this energy. However, it is true to say that Jupiter and Pluto continue their retrograde and tighten up all through this week. In terms of the ephemeris, they are conjunct. The actual conjunction happens on the 10th of July. But I think that this is going to have an impact on the financial markets. So because there is so much movement and the tectonic plates of society are shifting around. Pluto is about transformation, but it can be about death. And Jupiter is not at its best in Capricorn. The last time these two were together was April, and before that it was 2008 when we had the crash. So obviously this year we've had COVID. So a massive time that it's been. So I think it is a time to be fairly conservative in our approach to our resources, but also our physical ambitions and goals. However, we have a wonderful event which happens on Sunday, and that sees Mars power into its home sign of Aries. It's going to be there through to the 6th of January 2021. This is going to provide real thrust and push and a desire to get on with things. It can add a sense of impatience, but it also can add a sense of initiative and drive and passion to events. It's also going to be forging a splendid link with Venus all through July from now. So we have an opportunity to work on those relationships, and that's the important opportunity that exists at this time, but not just in the glamorous romantic context, but also in the emotional connecting context of the people we feel most secure by, with, and most supported through. Your specific forecast, Cancer, shows the sun is still radiating from coming together with the moon in that solar eclipse, which is going to power you on over the next 6 months. But of course, it did link in a rather jarring way with Saturn, and that energy, that discordant note, is still there on Monday and Tuesday. I think it's basically saying to you that whatever you're planning as an individual, you have to factor in what the response is from those closest to you is going to be. And it may not automatically fit in with what you hope. However, with Mercury still tracking backwards in your sign, you've probably already recognised that this is a time to stay fairly flexible in your approach to situations. Venus, the planet of love and affection, which has been seeing you thinking very carefully about relationships of late, that ends its retrograde. It also forges a great link to the Sun this week. So there may be some kind of reaching out that goes on between you and someone who has come up in your thinking. However, with Jupiter and Pluto combining in your 7th house of relating, is there another relationship that's due for some kind of audit or review? Perhaps the inner work you've been doing with Venus's help now needs to be transmuted outwards by action. Jupiter is about philosophy. Pluto is about transformations. So something may need to alter in the way that you link with others. However, with Neptune going into retrograde, realism for us all is crucially important between now and November the 29th. For you, Neptune's in the part of your scope to do with travel, to do with higher education, to do with higher messages. If you are interested in spirituality, I think that interest can grow during this time, not decline. But also, on Sunday, Mars powers right to the top of your horoscope. This is a marvellous transit, which is going to last right through to the 6th of January next year. This gives you a chance to really reach for the stars, to gain greater acclaim and recognition for your unique talents. It's certainly going to give you a lot more assertiveness. And the key with that duo in your 7th house is just to use that extra assertiveness in the right kind of way that brings people with you. And there is a fantastic opportunity to do that. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for joining me. Why not ascend above your zodiac sign? Embrace real astrology with one of my personal astrology reports. Please see the link beneath this video. You can get 30% off by ordering a 12-month forecast and a character analysis. Or why not check out my testimonials to consider having a one-to-one with me. But for now, stay safe, take care, and good luck.